Hey everybody, my name is Jared and I am a Master Mason in the state of Mississippi in the United States of America. And today's viewer's question is, could you be famous without being a Freemason? So let me first address your question as you have asked it. Can you be famous without being a Freemason? Yes, you can. Another way a lot of people like to phrase this question is, do you have to be a Freemason in order to be famous? And no, you do not. I'm not entirely sure where this line of thinking originates from. I don't know you, and I don't know whether or not anybody who knows you would say that you're a conspiracy theorist. But there does seem to be some sort of conspiracy theory line of thinking that really believes Freemasons are trying to rule the world, and not only that we're trying to, but that we already do. And as such, only people who are Freemasons are famous, whether that be because they're a famous sports player or a famous actor or a famous singer or a famous politician or famous in any way, shape, or form. The only way that they got to be on that to that level, according to these people, is because they're a Freemason. And I'm sorry, but it's nonsense. There's just nothing there. It is true that Freemasonry has had and still has today several prominent, well-known, famous people who are also parts of the fraternity, and they do span all different walks of lives. Whether you want to talk about an actor like Michael Richards, who played Kramer on Seinfeld, maybe you want to talk about sports like Arnold Palmer, a very famous pro golfer, whether you want to talk about politicians of the past like George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, or Winston Churchill. Maybe you like authors, whether it be William Shakespeare or Roger Clemens. Maybe you like musicians, whether it be Mozart or Brad Paisley. The point is that even though there have been prominent, well-known, and famous people that are a part of Freemasonry, certainly we cannot just jump to the conclusion that that means every person whose name is famous is a Freemason. You can't really reconcile the two. You can't sit there and Freemasonry wouldn't be able to say we want to make good men better, that it is all about a moral science about becoming better people and helping society, and then see how some of the figures that are famous behave and conduct themselves. There's just no way to reconcile those two things. It seems clear to me that if you look at some of the names associated with Freemasonry that are also internationally recognizable names, let's talk about Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut. Let's talk about Steve Wozniak from Apple. Let's talk about Davy Crockett. Let's talk about Douglas MacArthur, or Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, or John Elway from the Broncos of all places. You think about those men and their character, and you can't think of anything to say negative about their character as a human being. Those are the things that Freemasonry espouses. Those are the things, the way that we expect members of the fraternity to portray themselves, the way that we expect them to behave, the lives that we expect them to live. So when you can sit down and look at confirmed lists, these are people who say, I am a Freemason. And you can investigate their public character, and you can look at their historical records and go, okay, well, these are the kind of lives Freemasons live. And then turn around and look at somebody who you know is famous and see whether or not those moralities and that virtue, if they are paralleled or not. If they are, then keep asking the question whether or not you think that person is a Freemason. But don't just assume that because they are famous, that by default they are a Freemason, because it's just not true. So, If you have somebody in your local jurisdiction that is a well-known Freemason, then hey, why not give them a shout out down below and let people know, hey, this is somebody who has done good work in our community, somebody who has done good work for the sciences, somebody who's done good work for humanity, and by the way, they also happen to be a Freemason. Share that history down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch. We will see you next time.